You talked a bit about the rat race, and
Mhm.
that's the best way of putting it. We are in, most of us, I guess, are in a rat race. We have to work, we have to pay bills, mortgages, support families, etc. So often people don't find their purpose in life because, or maybe know their purpose but don't live the purpose because they're too deeply drawn into the rat race. Okay,
Mhm.
so for those of us, what would you say? What would your advice be to get out of the rat race, or to really find your purpose, your passion, and live that and make that your dream and that your goal?
The powers that be that you have come into, whether that's the family structure or the social structure, have convinced you that you will only find happiness if fill in the blank. So this is the major problem we've got. You'll only find happiness if you have that type of house. You're going to only find happiness if you have this 401k. You're only going to have this amount of happiness if you get married and have children. And the thing is that we're starting to play with this middleman of happiness. So if you're keeping a job, this is what I like to say. If you're keeping a job you don't enjoy, right? You're doing that because you think it's going to make you happy. Because I think if I get that check every month, that's going to make me feel better than not having that check every month. But it's ironic because I'm doing that for my happiness. That's the only reason anyone does anything, right? The only reason anyone does anything on this earth, any single action, if you drop back, is because they want to feel better. Yeah. So if everything I'm doing because of happiness, and I'm keeping this crappy job because I think it's going to make me happy, but it's making me miserable right now, then I am playing that job as a middleman to happiness. So if we want to get out of the rat race, our number one goal has to be to go towards happiness first.
Okay. So how would one find their happiness? So they're in this rat race, they're in a job they don't enjoy, they don't know what their purpose is, they don't know what their passion is, they're kind of like numb because of everything society throws at them. So how do they start from the very basics? If someone's vibration is quite low, how do they find their happiness and move to a stage where they find their purpose, they find their joy, and decide to live that?
They have to tune back into their emotions. Mm-hmm. That's step one. Step one is you cannot be numb. Mm-hmm. So you have to start paying attention to the way that you feel. Mm-hmm. And if that means carrying a journal around with you 24 hours a day so you can write down, when your timer goes off, you can set your timer to go off at like 10-minute intervals, write down just a few words about sensations that are going on in your body or emotions that you might be able to name. We have to tune back into our emotional guidance system. That's the only way to know whether we enjoy something or don't enjoy something. And then it's really just as simple as going in the direction of things that feel good. Eventually, it will become intolerable to be at that job you don't like, and you will have to make a transition, whether it's gradual or whether it's an immediate jump. Mm-hmm. And you're going to start to figure out the things that do cause you to feel happy, and you can start experimenting. This is one of the things I'd like to tell people to do. You really got to try it. I mean, there's 1.5 million things to try here, and you don't know whether you like them or not, and all you risk by trying them is figuring out that you don't like something or that you do. So you try all these things, and every time that gives you more information about yourself, more information about what you actually like. And then you roll across that thing, or you whittle it down to what elements you really love about your life, and you just invest more in those things. And then it's like a natural unfolding, which is difficult because the people sort of don't understand that throwing it over to the universe is actually trusting their higher self. So if you throw it over to the universe, giving the universe more information about what you like, which is all you're doing when you're desiring. You don't have to say, hey, universe, I like this. It's always watching. It understands. So what you'll watch is these opportunities unfold. So maybe I figured out that my passion is spiritual work. So if my passion is spiritual work, and I keep going in the direction of that, just one foot in front of the other, whatever feels good, I'll have opportunities pop up. Here's this speaking opportunity. I'll roll across like things I want to attend. Maybe somebody will interact with me who has a lot of sway somewhere that says, hey, I want to work with you, and then they tell 500 other people. That's the way that it works. And you just keep putting one foot in front of the other in the direction of your happiness, and eventually you figure out, guess what? I'm not really spending much time unhappy. In fact, it's a rarity. In fact, when it happens, I'm like, whoa, where'd that come from?
And through doing what you are happy about, what makes you feel happy, you kind of, I guess, find your purpose and your passion in that, right?
Yes, but we're damn afraid to listen to our emotions because we don't understand what they are. We don't understand that it's a guidance system. We think that they're just a sort of offshoot. What the hell are they for? I mean, most people don't ask themselves that question. What are emotions for? Why would you have them? Are you serious?
Exactly, yeah. And your intuition is really linked to your emotional system, isn't it?
Entirely.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know what's right for them, what's good for them, in that they switch off their intuition by not listening to their emotions because they're so in this kind of rat race, I guess, is the best way of putting it. Excellent. So when someone starts paying attention to what makes them feel good and what makes them feel happy, is it true that they start raising their vibration to the point where what makes them unhappy, i.e. this job, they're no longer a vibrational match to that job, so hence they create other opportunities in their life to then do the work that they were kind of born to do, I guess?
That was very well put.
Oh, great.
Super succinct.
Thank you.
Yes, you can only be a match to things when you're in resistance to them, or when you're fully going in the direction of them, like in a desirous way. So obviously, if your vibration increases and you don't enjoy your job, you can't be a match to the job anymore. So you'll find that it's interesting because people sometimes call me and they say, I've been fired from my job or something like that. And the interesting part about that is that it's always in divine order because they've been asking to not work at that place for a very long time. They're just not aware of it because they're telling themselves a lie. I want that check. I can't afford to live without the check. Yeah, but on a vibrational level, on a thought-based level, you've been asking to be doing something else for so long, the universe is like, okay.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what happened to me fairly recently. So I'm asking the universe to fulfill my dreams and desires of the spiritual work that I'm born to do and the books that I'm meant to write and those sort of things. And I've just created an opportunity where I'm going to be starting to do all that now, so that feels great. Excellent. So Teal,
but we need to understand as people that when the universe sees voids, it seeks to fill them. That's what we get super scared of when we lose things.
Right.
We don't understand that a void has been created and the universe fills voids, so it will not stay empty, it will not stay open. Instead, something very, very much better usually will come to fill in that space.
Right. And I guess it's just about having faith in the universe that, the universe has our back and, the law of attraction is always working and we will be supported and guided.
Yes, which is easier said than done, of course.
Yeah, because
so a great many people will not be able to access those vibrations yet. But what they can do is realize how painful it is to not live in the direction of your happiness. They understand that it's painful, these states of doing things which cause you to feel pain. So even if we can reach people on a logic level and they can just start incrementally taking steps, they don't need to be in a space where they completely trust this universe yet. But ultimately, yes, if we could get ourselves into the space of understanding that this universe doesn't just have our back, its expansion is dependent upon us getting what we want, then we would be able to leave it to the universe, really trust in a way where things would turn out for us and we would not have to extend much effort for it to do so.